In Mouse, Callie and Minnie's relationship is suddenly upended at the start of the summer before their senior year of high school. Left rudderless without her charismatic best friend, Minnie starts to form a complicated friendship with Callie's mother. Mouse is directed by Alex Thompson and Kelly O'Sullivan, and they have previously co-directed Ghost Light together, and Mouse debuted at the 2026 Berlin Film Festival. Mouse is a very engaging, fresh, coming-of-age story. I'm going to go heavy into the spoilers into this review, so please look away if you don't want to be spoiled. It's going to be interesting once they cut a trailer for this film. It's going to be, I don't know how they're going to do it, because the death of a main character happens about 20 minutes into the film, so it's going to be interesting. It's and what happens after this death is a very major component of this film, so it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that. In Mouse, Katherine, Mallen, Kupferer plays Minnie, and Coleman plays Callie, and they're best friends in high school, and they're just about to begin their final year of high school. And then about 20 minutes into the film, we find out that Callie has been involved in a car accident, and Callie passes away in the car accident. She loses control of her car and runs into a telegraph pole. And the rest of the film is about all of the characters in this film: Katherine, Mallen, Kupferer, Minnie, and her mother, played by Sophie, Okonedo, and all the people in the school, how they deal with the death of their friend Callie. Katherine Mallen Kupferer, she plays Minnie, and some people call her like Minnie Mouse in the film, because she's quite shy and introverted, and she's more of a listener, and she kind of feels like she's overlooked in her life, because especially her best friend Callie, before she passed away, she was very outgoing, and she was a singer and dancer, and she's very highlight, like she's always like highlights the room, and she's very different to her best friend. And after Callie passes away, nobody really knows what to say to her mother, played by Sophie Okonedo. She's a little bit awkward, and Sophie her mother ends up being a little bit isolated, because nobody wants to spend time with her. But as the film goes on, Minnie starts to spend more time with her Callie's mother, Sophie Okonedo. They start to bond over the loss of Callie. They talk about it, and Sophie Okonedo helps Minnie with the school play, with sitting and rehearsing for the school play. I think what sets this apart from other coming-of-age films is the freshness, the way Minnie interacts with all the other characters in the film. It just feels like fresh and real. And this film is set in 2002, so it has all the music from that era, and there's no smartphones. So Minnie has a relationship, a same-sex relationship with another woman she meets at a record store, played by Iman, Vellani, and that's quite a cute, fresh relationship in this film for Minnie. And before Callie passed away, I think Minnie spent a lot of time at her house, like slumber parties and staying over, and she has a complicated relationship with her mother, played by Mallen. Mallen plays this mother who is very loving to her daughter, but she's very rough around the edges. She is much more lower class than Sophie Okonedo, and her job is like a veterinarian. They look after like stray pets and stray babies. And Tara Mallen in this film is like a lot of the comic relief in this film, and just the way it's so unfiltered in what she says and what she does and how she loves her daughter. It comes across as quite funny and relatable in this film. But Minnie is always embarrassed by her mother, and this comes across to her as like she doesn't really care. Like, why can't you just be like other parents? And this is another way for her to bond with Sophie Okonedo as the film goes on. I think another highlight of this film is the way it handles with grief. Minnie and Sophie Okonedo, the mother, and other characters in the film are not shy about. They're not shy about talking about their feelings and how they're dealing with the death of Callie, and they feel guilty about like having fun and moving on with their life. I think all the performances in this film are very strong, but I think the highlight for me is probably Sophie Okonedo as Callie's mother. She really shines in this film, and as the film goes on, there's a scene in the second half of the film, in the final act of the film, where a confrontation between her and Tara Mallen that is fantastic, and Sophie Okonedo really brings her A game to that scene. I give Mouse 4 stars out of 5. I highly recommend checking out this coming of age drama starring Sophie Okonedo and Katherine. It's fresh. The relationships between Minnie and the other characters in the film feel real, and it's so beautifully written, and the acting from everybody in this film is outstanding, especially Sophie Okonedo as Callie's mother. I just think the way Minnie interacts with other people in the film, and the way the film handles grief in such a mature and fresh way is what makes this coming of age film so rewarding and so uplifting. So I definitely recommend checking out this film, Mouse. Thanks for watching. What do you think of Mouse? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.